Hello everyone and welcome to the show that hopefully never ends. This is a quick talk of the day here. I've arrived at this seaside location. Can anyone guess in the background where this is? Anyone got an idea? The clue is Norfolk, of course. You might think I'm still in Great Yarmouth. In fact, I'm still in Great Yarmouth in a way. But yeah, of course, yes, you might want to guess, or you might already know of where I am right now. But of course, yes. It's, I would say, one of the quietest spots that I've ever come across since coming to a seaside resort. That's another clue as well. Clue number 2 is it's definitely a seaside resort. Now, I'm going to give you a third clue here and give you the view that I've got here. So look at the clouds first of all as I move the camera around. And anyone got an idea yet? There we go, there we have it. The actual beach itself stretches all the way down to the other side of that harbour over there, which we'll see a close-up in just a moment. Now somehow I've got to get on that path here because it's a kind of slope to get down to this beachside here. Despite what they say on the news, it's not packed with people. And all these warnings that come across, be careful of heat, as it is still a little bit sticky here in the UK, but we're still getting a bit of the breeze off the sea here. It's not terribly windy, but of course you get a lovely cool breeze. It's about 25 degrees or so. It's less hotter than it was the other day, reaching about 30 degrees. Well, actually it was about 28 over in Norfolk, apparently so. And over here, I remember, of course, my friend Phil, who sings a lot of karaoke. And, of course, he had an ice cream. And what happened was the actual ice cream, of course, got eaten up by the seagulls as he dropped it on the floor. I remember that. There you go. That's the beach itself. And it looks like a paddling pool, but of course people can just watch the water fountain there. Just look at that, lovely to see. Look how marvellous the sea looks from here. It's not often that we get to show a seaside with water. That's the harbour I was talking about there. People are just watching the sea. Now, videographers have walked all the way down that harbour section and probably all the way down to this beach here, and then walked all the way over this way. It's near to, of course, Gabby Coffee and Tim Linton from Linden, or Linden from Linton. They are just one of many that might have walked through here and did a live broadcast here. It's beautiful to watch the view from here and just get the cool breeze off the sea. As you can see, it's not packed full of people. So whatever they tell you on newspapers, it's of course make believe. All the notices like health and safety. Lovely couple that spoke to me whilst walking away. Holiday makers, I reckon. But yeah, they did say hello, and I said lovely cool breeze, and they agreed. Lovely and peaceful. So I haven't told you where I got off from the bus that, of course, came from Gorleston High Street. Okay, It's a little bit warmer in the high street of Gorleston, by the way. I had to tell you that. It's hotter inland than it is on the coast, obviously. But, of course, the stop behind me, which you can see just there, is where I just got off. It's called Marine Parade. Of course, remember where you heard it if you are a bus traveller. And that's the bus. It's either the 1A or just one on its own, okay? No other bus will actually take you down this direction. So you don't need a car to park here. It will just drop you here, which is a great thing. And that's the bus that goes on to Gorleston, okay? So it's that one behind me, Marine Parade stop. That's the only one that stops here, unless you go further down, which of course is a long walk from the main part of this beach here in Gorleston. The stop, which is nearby, is in this direction here. I'll just show you quickly here. It's over there where I could have got off on the other side. There's also a bus stop around the corner that will take you into either Gorleston High Street or straight onto Market Gates of Great Yarmouth. Something I've noticed here, you've got bins down here straight away if you've got any rubbish to put away, which is great feeling as soon as you get here. And of course lots of benches here, literally bench everywhere you go, all dotted around here. I believe there's a play park in the distance as well, but you can't see it from here. But of course you can see the main benches all dotted around here and the lovely beautiful houses behind it. So the thing that's actually got me up my nose today is the banks closing down. And of course I'm just told by, of course, a family member of mine that had seen something on a site on Facebook regarding people complaining about a bank in a particular town closing down and nowhere to go and put your money in, especially coins and things like that, and notes as well, you know, the cash. But nobody campaigned for it. That's the thing. If nobody campaigns, nothing will ever get done. Like Nigel Farage actually went and sought his banks that got closed down. He went and did it. Nobody's got the guts to do that. It takes a lot of guts and courage to sort all that out. But that's my sort of little bit of a problem of today, you know. Oh dear, it's crazy. But of course I'm enjoying this nice peaceful weather here. It's very quiet. Of course, the quietest spot of Gorleston on sea. Or is it just Gorleston? Maybe the town's called Gorleston, or is it just Gorleston on sea? Let me know in the comments what you think it is. Okay, this is a short talk of the day here and a brief video from Gorleston, one of the finest seasides, which is still in Great Yarmouth. And apparently Harbour Radio cover this area as well, which is what I'm told by one of the presenters. I think it was Tracy that told me. A big shout out to that group as well, because they played a couple of my songs, which I'm going to actually try to listen to on the archive, or the listen again feature as they call it in old-fashioned terms, or archive is old-fashioned as well. Either way, it's very cool that I got 2 requests on there. It's not often that a radio station actually does it. And of course, what great feeling that is to get 2 songs of your own choice on the radio station. And that is what other radio stations should actually come up with, that idea of a community feel. It doesn't feel like all of them are doing that. Some are doing it, some are not, you know. So there's 50-50 on that one. So yeah, you might want to phone a friend as well. But yeah, I'm using this kind of microphone on this occasion because I want to save the battery, because I might do a live broadcast walking down the seafront for a little bit this afternoon. But hopefully you can all join me for that. And yeah, it'd be nice if you could actually very much join in to that, or watch it on replay if you aren't able to get into any of our lives. I don't want to say that, of course, because you could be watching later on and the live's just finished. If you missed it, watch the replay. That is the key thing. Oh, the sun is so warm down here. It's just perfect heat. You do not need to go to abroad or pay that sort of substantial amount of money for a passport to get to France, Germany, Holland, those kind of places. I can't understand why people do it. Even the richest people go abroad, and they've got plenty of facilities here. Plenty of warm weather, especially in September. Hopefully it stays till Christmas, but I can't see that happening. But anyway, that is the show that hopefully never ends. And of course we hope it isn't going to be ending like that. We're not going to cancel ourselves in that sort of form. There's a ski jet or something in the distance. I don't know if the camera will pick it up here. It's over in the distance. Having a little bit of a boat ride in the distance. Why not? Nice weather for it. That is just about it for this episode. Itching mad here. It probably is the heat, but anyway, I'd like to say a huge thank you. I've got loads and loads of space to actually sit here and just relax. It's just something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and just to go to a peaceful area where it's really, really quiet. Hardly anyone on the beach, which is all sort of bullshit basically about what they say in the paper. And yeah, it's just incredible how they say it. You know, maybe it is full up in Brighton and Bournemouth, but certainly we give you the evidence it is not. So yeah, I'm going to leave that racing through your mind, as of course my once favourite comedian Sean Locke, sadly no longer with us. He was a Chelsea fan, and he would have been ideal for Great Yarmouth anyway if he'd have been still alive. That kind of comedian has been surely missed, because he died because of cancer from the sun apparently. But that's just one of those things, isn't it? That's just one of many comedians that I enjoyed watching. Greg Davies is one of them, Jim Davison. Jimmy Carr's okay. I'm saying that I'm close to John Bishop. You know, I haven't seen much of him, but of course I hear he's quite good. Sarah Millican I haven't yet seen live, but of course I've seen it on video, and I hope to see a bit more of that. John Richardson, occasionally on stand-up DVDs I've seen. Rob Brydon. There's so many list of them that are very, very good, but unfortunately they do get cancelled, some of them. But yeah, it's just one of those things, just for what they say, you know, and what views you have, which is incredibly wrong. But anyway, if you're wondering what I'm holding in front of me now, because I am actually holding a camera tripod kind of gimbal, but it's the cheapest one that you could ever buy. You don't even need to buy a £90 worth of gimbal. You can basically hold it with your hand, and you just need the support on the mount, which fits onto the actual, I would say, the handle of the gimbal. Well, it's kind of like a gimbal. I'll show you what it is actually. I take it off now. There you go. It's in zoom mode, so you can actually see it properly. This is the mount here, and of course this is what I'm holding here. This is the gimbal down below. Well, I call it a gimbal. You can hold it with your hand like that, and basically walk around with it just like that. It's fascinating, isn't it? So that's the main mount, and it goes onto a sort of rubberish kind of bit. I don't know if the camera picks it up very well, but of course the rubberish bit here supports the camera. If you haven't got the rubberish bit, then the camera will fall out and it will be no good, the actual I would say, mount, which is what it's called. It's a funny name for it, but of course that's what it's called. So hopefully you can hear me here, pretty much live from Gorleston here. Hopefully my camera doesn't fall over down the other side of the balcony here, but of course we've got a lovely view from this area here. Just have a really good glance as I flick my cameras. Brilliant. You should be able to hear me from here. What a fantastic way to actually see the Gorleston on sea view from here. Or shall we just call it Gorleston for now, or Gorleston on sea? Doesn't really matter, does it? But yeah, anyway, I'm going to take my camera back because it might fall over any minute rather. And of course, yeah, although there's no wind, that's not likely to happen today. But if I was to come to a windy area, of course, obviously, it might affect the camera, so I wouldn't do it at that point. No cameraman would do it at that point when it's windy, would they? Come on. Can you think of a cameraman that would? But yeah, I'm watching the camera so nobody nicks it. There's hardly anyone around that's going to steal anything, even no police around either. It's not necessary, is it? You know, they're doing other jobs like catching criminals. But anyway, of course, yeah, not a soul about. There's a few people about, but of course, just not a soul about, even watching on the beach right now. Right, thank you very much for watching. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to us, as in touring with us, and email us for any more questions. touringwithus@gmail.com. I'm now going to take my camera just in case it does fall off by the off chance.